Resident Evil 6.
Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, introducing you to my Resident Evil 6 professional difficulty video walkthrough. This is the third section to Chapter 5 in Leon's campaign. This is the most tense and amazing gameplay mechanic ever introduced to a Resident Evil. And if you need a disclaimer saying that just then was sarcasm, this channel is probably not for you. But once again, we're faced with this absolutely terrible input decision on Capcom's behalf, and if you didn't see my plane episode where you had to do something similar, the way I do this, which is not perfect, I do make mistakes, but that's just because it's fucking stupid, is I hold both the triggers in, fully pressed, and then I watch Leon's arms, and whichever arm needs to go, be it left or right, indicates which button I do, and I release it so that the button comes out, and then I repress it holding it in. And that's what I do, alternating. Just release, press in, but always have both of them fully held at the same time, and usually you will never fall. There's a sequence coming up after this where the boss is kind of antagonizing you, and there's a quick time event where I fell a couple times and I wasn't really sure why, because I seemed to be doing it fine, but then I remembered that the design on it is absolutely horrific and it's just a bullshit moment. But when you get on top of this like connector to the other building there, you have to shoot across at Ada fighting. If I'm completely honest with you guys, I don't know if Ada can die here, but by the logic so far I would say she cannot. So you could feasibly wait for Helena to shoot the boss to end this section and save your ammunition, but I'm extremely impatient as this zombie sneaks up on me. But I get rid of him, luckily enough. So you can either go guns blazing here, kill the boss, get this to the next section, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is a slower approach of, I don't want to waste any good ammo, and I don't want to waste too much ammo, but this needs to end, because this is pointless, this is not difficult, it's just one of those sections. That was my girlfriend calling me and interrupting this commentary. Well, I say interrupting, it's my ringtone that interrupted it, because, you know, there's no subtle way of playing Black Dahlia Murder in the background without it coming up on the microphone. But yeah, just keep shooting this. It lasts longer than it perhaps should, but if you've got to this point on professional, everything lasts longer than it should, so you should be accustomed to it, you should be accepting it by now, and just soldiering on. The fight that's about to take place, which is the actual boss fight against Derek, it was the first time I'd ever done it on professional, because when I played with my buddy on professional on our first time, I was Helena, and Helena does a very, very different thing here. She snipes from the balcony. And I'm not too sure if this campaign would be easier if you picked Helena instead of Leon, because a lot of the things that she has to do, a couple of them seem harder than what Leon has to do, but then for other scenarios it's probably easier. If anybody's tried that, you'll have to tell me how you found it, because I do know that on Chris's campaign, playing as, is it Piers Morgan, whatever his fucking name is, he is easier to play as, because Chris is just not as good. The anti-material rifle is ridiculously powerful. You get a lot of ammo for it, and it wrecks pretty much everything. And one of the main reasons why, at this moment in time, I don't really want to cover Chris's campaign is because of how easy it is when you play as Piers. The dude is a boss killer. It's just not that hard. And I know that difficulties never stopped me from covering games in the past, because I've made a lot of walkthroughs for a lot of easy games, but you've got to look at it from a sanity point of view, whereas this game is actually physically depressing me, I believe. And the less time I spend playing it, the happier I am. So that to me is a good thing, as I fuck up the quick time event 2 times in a row. You'll have to bear with me, folks, I don't know what I was doing at this moment in time. But one thing you will notice about these videos is, because I'm so disappointed with this game, it's meant that I've done a lot of rants, a lot of ridiculous, hyperbolic rants, and I know a lot of people love that, and I know a lot of people enjoy listening to it. A couple of people have missed the point like Michael Bay did when he made Pearl Harbor, so, you know, you can't have everything, you can't have it everywhere. But I'm glad I covered Leon's campaign. It's terrible, in my opinion, but out of the ones I've played so far, it's definitely the one you're going to struggle the most with, because the other ones are just not that difficult. And this takes forever, this. So Leon decides to play a hero and jump. Well, it looks like quite a pretty ridiculous jump, but then you press B so you can go onto your knees. You get a checkpoint so you're not in any trouble. And then this happens. Like, what are you supposed to do here? Except for, you know, feel the epicness of something that's not very epic. Like, he does a bit of talking, there's a bit of exposition, we're showing that we want to protect Ada. I show how much I care about what's happening here by looking in all directions to see if there is a single point in what is happening. Like, you've got a sniper rifle, love, shoot him. Just shoot him, it's done. Or even better, Leon take the sniper rifle and shoot the guy before he turns back into Sugar Puff Monster. But no, like, this happens, and I think the only real justification for what's happening here, aside from the narrative obvious, which is, oh, Leon really likes Ada and he's, you know, this, you know, self-sacrificing hero target, which is like, fuck that shit. The real purpose is it's introducing that Gatling gun again. Like, we didn't already hate it from the train section that my capture card decided to do a big fart on. But this bit here is a little bit difficult at first until you get your timing down. What I like to do is I like to go either to the complete left or the complete right of this bridge. And when he runs at you, if he's running at you, you're okay, because it means at the last moment if you dodge to the right, you'll dodge him. If he's running at Ada, you need to watch what you're doing, because if you dodge and he's going for somebody else, you're probably going to run into the dodge. So you'll notice right now, he aimed at Ada then with the gun, and he's starting his charge as I'm firing at him, but he's looking at her, so I'm safe. And this is what you want to do. You literally wait for him to run all the way past him, get as much distance as you can, and unload on the face that's mounted on his kind of fucking, you know, giant antennae, goat neck, silly. I don't even know what it is. That the top part that he uses is the Gatling gun. Just keep shooting that with whichever weapon you want. As soon as he turns back into human form, be a little bit closer than I was, hopefully, or you'll miss your opportunity and then get fucked by the camera. This game. I'm not even getting into it, guys. I've done too much ranting. Too much rant sauce all over this game. And what's going to happen is, the longer the fight goes on, the more zombies that will spawn in. But the zombies actually serve a function. Not only are they annoying and will grab you, but they actually give you ammo, which is kind of good. Because if you don't have as much ammo as I do, because I knew this fight was coming, you might be in a little spot of bother here with not too much as far as firepower. But if you follow what I do, like for instance, you'll notice I knew he was aiming at me, I waited for the projectile to get to the last possible moment, and then I dodged it. That attack right there is the only real attack that can be bullshit. Because I don't know about you folks, but I'm pretty quick when it comes to my reflexes when I play a game, and I did not see that coming because I'd never seen that move before, and he doesn't signpost it at all. So I was extremely close there to getting... Oh, and he did it again. Like, look, the only thing that gives away he's going to do that move is the distance between us and the fact that he kind of goes down ever so slightly for a couple of frames and then goes forward, like a rugby player getting ready to do a scrim. That is not enough notice, folks, for that kind of move. Really, really, I just don't think it's good. But we've done enough damage to send him back into human form. I start peppering him just in case he wants to turn back into Sugar Puff Monster. I hit him with the Lightning Hawk to do as much damage as possible, then go in for the quick time event, but Ada beats me to it. So this is important to know this, folks. Ada's going to do the quick time events for you, so just focus on shooting the boss. And this is all about experience and timing. The more you fight this boss, the more you learn what his attacks are, how to dodge them, what the timing is, stuff like that. That could have hit me then, so that's why I rolled. But if you roll too soon, it will hit you. If you roll too late, it'll hit you too. So it's all about, you know, learning the flawed mechanics of RE6 and applying it in this boss fight, which takes far too long, just like every other Derek encounter and the one that's coming up. But that's the game, guys. That's what you've got to put up with if you want to get that professional trophy or that professional achievement. And I pray you're doing this with a friend, because doing it with a friend is actually quite funny. It's coming for me, wait for the last second, do the dodge roll. So the roll that is, you know, pretty much completely pointless in every other situation really, really redeems itself at this point in the game, which is nice, because I liked the idea of the roll, and I do think that these survival horror action games could do with better mobility. I just think it has to be controlled better than this one is? Why can't you do the roll when you're not aiming? Why the hell do you have to funnel yourself in to an even tighter camera angle to be able to evade? It doesn't make any sense. But apparently the patch has dropped, or is going to drop in December, that's going to change the camera. That right there is bullshit. I knew it was coming. I tried to get out of the range of it and it still hit me. Yeah, another caveat about this game that I just think is poorly designed. A lot of zombies on this bridge, and you'll notice if you get enough distance they don't really bother you, but right there was the last bit of damage needed for the boss. All of this is quick time events, or just watching, you know, Ada do things, because Ada's about to come and shiv him with an arrow, which, if you could have shivved him with an arrow, why the fuck were you carrying a sniper rifle? Never mind, but thanks for watching, guys. Try not to overthink it too much like I do, and you take care now.